Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nufarin. For this presentation is about the marine search and rescue. This is my group members. From group 2, Ikhwan Nur Fazli, Luqman Musa, Nuril Ilzatul Akmam, and Nur Akila Shafiqa.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Luqman Musa bin Abdul Shukur. S70721. I'll be introducing Marine and Search Rescue, or also known as SAR. Marine search and rescue involves in searching and rescuing people in danger or when missing in the sea. The main goal of search and rescue is to save lives by providing help and emergency response to the people in need. The search and rescue team formed from well-experienced and trained personnel who are prepared to act swiftly under extreme situations.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Akila Shafiqa binti Paiman, matric number S70745. I will present about the SAR organization. So, MMEA SAR structure is the Maritime Rescue Coordination Center that was based in Putrajaya, which has the function as the National Command and Control Center for Maritime SAR. The MRCC operates 24/7 to receive distress alerts, deploy rescue assets, and coordinate effort among various agencies. Supporting the MRCC is a network of 17 MMEA bases and maritime rescue sub-centers that was distributed throughout Malaysia's coastal states. It ensures rapid response and effective coverage across the country's vast maritime domain. So based on this information, the other MRSCs are located in Langkawi, Kuantan, Johor Bahru, Kota Kinabalu, and Kuching. With a centralized coordination through the MRCC, regional operational bases and specialized units, it will provide comprehensive search and rescue coverage within the Malaysia maritime domain. It ensures safety and security for mariners and also for coastal communities. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Moving on to responsible area of MMEA, with their key responsibilities of applying 24/7 maritime SAR response for immediate deployment and coordination with multiple agencies, which includes various departments all around the ministry. And they also have the rescue coordination centers, multiple of them, both in West and East Malaysia for distress monitoring, and also the deployment of vessel and aircraft and uses multiple assets for rapid response upon emergencies, and promoting public awareness for promoting maritime safety education to prevent any accidents on any maritime activities. But remember, their line of work is not veto. They also holding on some legal basis. For example, Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952 and applying rules set by SOLAS and SAR conventions from International Maritime Organization. Their responsible coverage areas includes all the areas around Exclusive Economic Zone (EEZ) around Malaysia, both on West and East Malaysia, and highlighting on the hotspot area, for example on the borders like Sulu, Sulawesi Sea, South China Sea, and Straits of Malacca.
So, for the task of marine SARS is a search operation, rescue operation, coordinate and communication. For search operation, the marine SARS need to allocate the missing and distressed vessel, boat or person at sea by using radar, sound navigation and ringing sonar, and others during search mission. Rescue operation need to safely retrieve the survivors from dangerous situation and provide the first aid and medical evacuation for the survivors who need it. Coordinate and communication is a maritime authorities, and marine SARS need to always communicate with ship, aircraft, and others officials. As for responsibility, marine SARS need to locate, assist, and evacuate individuals in distress at sea. Because of that, they need to ensure the safety of life at sea regardless of their nationality and status. They are also need to prioritize to saving life in all operation. And other than that, marine SARS need to educate the public about the awareness of sea safety. For example, how to use the life jacket and send the distress signal.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurizatul Akmal binti Muhammad Amin, matrix number S70302. I will be presenting about Malaysia Search and Rescue System. So the first system is about the emergency signal reception system. The first one is the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System, which is the GMDSS. GMDSS is an international communication system used by ships during the emergencies. There are two channels in use, which is the channel 16 and 70. 16 is used for voice communication via VHF radio, and channel 70 is for sending digital distress alerts through the DSC, which is the digital selective calling. So the next one is the Malaysian Emergency Response System, MERS 999. The system allows anyone to dial 999 to report emergencies, including those at the seas. The call will be automatically directed to the appropriate agencies such as the MMEA, Royal Malaysia Police, Fire and Rescue Department, and also Civil Defence Force, and also the KKM, which is the Ministry of Health. Next was the COSPA-SARSAT, the satellite system. The system is an international satellite-based system that detects emergency beacons. There are three main types, which is the ELT, used in the aircraft, EPIRB, which used in ships, and PLB, carried by individuals like fishermen or hikers. The last one was telephone and email contacts. Besides automated system, people can also report emergencies by calling direct hotline numbers or using official emails. These contacts are listed in the emergency directory shared with ports, maritime operators, local communities, and especially helpful in areas with poor signal or older equipment. Okay, next I will be talking about Search and Rescue Operation Planning System. We will start with SAROPS, which stands for Search and Rescue Optimal Planning System. SAROPS is a computer-based decision support tools originally developed by United States Coast Guards and now used internationally, including by many maritime agencies such as Malaysia. Its main function is to help search and rescue coordinators plan efficient and optimized search operations. What SAROPS do is, first, it uses a real-time environmental data like wind, ocean currents, and tides to predict where a missing person, boat, or object might drift over time. It can also simulate multiple search scenarios, helping to find the most likely search area. SAROPS also helps decide where to place search units like ships, aircraft, or drones to cover the area more effectively. Overall, it aims to increase the probability of detections or POD in the shortest amount of time. So the key features of SAROPS was graphical maps that show predicted drift path, the ability to put into data like the person's last known position, speed, and directions, and automatic calculation of the best search patterns. So next was the SAR Master, Search and Rescue Master. This one was a bit different. While SAROPS focused on planning the search area, SAR Master is used to manage and coordinate the entire SAR missions. So SAR Master is commonly used by the Maritime Rescue Coordination Centers, MRCCs, to help SAR system by logging distress alert and recording case details, mapping and visualizing the location of the incidents, tracking communication between different rescue teams, and showing real-time updates on the progress of the missions. It also helps to generate official reports and documentation, which are very important for records and post-mission reviews.
Last but not least, APMM Marine SAR operations are vital to national and regional safety. They combine rigorous enforcement, robust coordination, and state-to-the-art asset to protect lives and maritime interests. Through international cooperation, joint exercise, and evolving capabilities such as integrating specialized rescue diver and rapid deployment STAR team, APMM is well equipped to handle the complex challenge of Malaysia's maritime domain. Their motto, Guard, Protect, Save. Mengawal, melindungi, menyelamat embodies this commitment to maritime safety and security. Thank you. That's all from us.